thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be our look number 2 of the 100 makeup look. I hope you really liked the last one. And let's get started. I thought of doing a sort of a bronzy look today, and hopefully we can pull this off. And without further ado, let's get started. I will have all the links down below to all the products that I'll be using so we can keep the video short and precise. Let's get into it. We're gonna start with our eyes. I forgot to do my eyebrows last time, so this time I am going to show you how I do my eyebrows. Okay, I'm going to start with my eyebrows. I am using a brow gel. I think it is a brow gel. Benefit Gimme Brow. I've done my skincare, and I have been actually meaning to show you some of my skincare. I do have a couple of shorts, but I haven't really done like an in-depth video about my skincare. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments, because my skincare, I have a combination skin. It's highly sensitive and acne prone, so if you have similar skin, let me know. And whatever I've been using has been working out well for me, so we're just gonna brush our eyebrow hairs up in the front and then sort of angle it like that. And I'm gonna get a brush like this and sort of brush it through. We're going to let that dry and then I can come back to it. As you know, we'd like to keep things really simple over here. I am not the type of person to do a lot with makeup. I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer today. Usually I would use something with a color as a base because I have a lot of pigmentation, so something to cancel that out. But today I'm gonna keep it super simple and use a clear eyeshadow base. We're gonna put that on, let it get a bit tacky. I'm using the Kmart brow blade pen, and I'm just gonna, I have a couple of sparse areas. That's all I'm gonna fill out with the felt tip side. It is really good for that. Just like this. And you want to keep the front pretty bare, because if you make the front darker, it's just gonna look fake. Use a very light hand if it helps. Hold it from the back, that way you're not putting a lot of pressure, because we don't want harsh lines. We just want tiny strokes to fill out the gaps. And I do like a bushier brow, so I'm just doing it the way I like. But if you like a cleaner look, then you can go in with a concealer and sort of clean it up a bit more. This does come with a pencil side, so if you have brows that are thinner or more sparse than mine, you could go in with that to fill it out. Now that so the eyebrows are done pretty much, okay, and my eyeshadow, I can't talk today. I'm coming out of a really bad flare-up, so it's been really challenging. I am sort of I let this get tacky, my eyeshadow base, and I'm going to go in with a neutral palette. These are eyeshadows that literally will come in any eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and use a mid-tone brown color, probably something like, I'm gonna mix these two colors right there. It's kind of like a peachy shade, but also is like a chocolate brown. And you want to hold your brush further back because, and my brush is shedding. What is wrong with this brush? We're going to keep it right in the crease, but because the brush is a bit bigger, it's obviously going to blend up. So try to keep it towards the crease. This is a very easy eyeshadow look. Little to no effort. We're doing little circular motions all along the crease. Now I'm gonna go in with this color Tusk. With the same brush, I am going to put that in the brow bone. Now I'm gonna go back in with that darker brown shade and a smaller blending brush. Something like this guy. And I am putting this right into the crease. Very, very light hand. You can always go back to your blending brush and blend everything out. You can even take the lighter brown color and go back in. Now that we have a beautiful transition, I'm going to get this gorgeous bronzy shade called Rustic. Now, a little trick. You can go back in with your eyeshadow primer to make your lid space a bit wet. What I'm going to do is put some on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna go in with my ring finger exactly where I want that color to be. Just like that. So I'm patting it. Now, you don't have to let this one dry because we want the most amount of pigment on our lid. So I'm gonna take a flat brush. This is a synthetic brush. I'm gonna go in with that color and I'm gonna pat. And swipe a little bit after patting. Oh, that is such a beautiful color. Now there's a color called Shine over here. It's a pale gold color. I'm going to take the same brush and put that right in here for an extra little sparkle. That just adds a whole other level to your look. How beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm actually going to get a teeny tiny blending brush, something like this guy, and go back into the chocolate color and darken out of here a little tad bit. Okay, that's all for eyeshadow for now. Then I'm going to, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to get a brown eyeliner. This is a very dark, like a black brown. And I'm going to sort of darken the outer part over here. Taking a pointed smudge brush, I'm going to smudge it out. I'm smudging it inwards, so I get most color around here, not outside. You can wing it out if that's your look. Okay, we're gonna leave the eyeshadow for now, and then we're gonna come back to it in a little bit. I'm going to use my under eye brightener. You don't have to bring your eye brightener or concealer all the way up here, which is setting yourself up for failure by putting it where you know it will crease. So we're just gonna keep it down low and blend it really, really well. Do you see the difference? That is crazy. And also, if you notice, I am barely using any product because too much product tends to crease and become really cakey, especially under your eye. So you want to keep a light hand and only use the amount that you need for coverage. Being South Asian, I have some darkness around my mouth, so I'm gonna conceal that. Now I'm going to take a setting powder, and you could use a powder puff or a brush like this. In fact, I'm going to use a powder puff. Use a loose powder. Even it out on the back of your hand. Look up and press it. I get oily around my T-zone. I have combination skin, but I do get dry around my chin, so I powder less there and just focus more on my nose and around. And as you can see, I don't like wearing foundation, especially on a day-to-day basis. And now to me, this is like a date night going out makeup. It's not even daytime makeup, but so some of you this might be. So yeah, to each your own, pretty much. I'm gonna use a gold eyeliner. Now this is a good trick that I learned last year. Instead of putting, like, if you want to brighten your waterline, instead of putting a beige color or a white, which does not suit our skin tone, you can definitely use a gold. It does the same thing, but it is less harsh and suits our skin tone a lot more. And then I'm gonna go in with the brown that we put on top, just along the lash line, right here. I'm only going like 1/3 of the way. And I'm going to take a smudge brush, blend that in. And you can take that chocolate eyeshadow again and use it to blend your bottom lash line. Just like that. And that should be the end of eyeshadow. I'm going to curl my lashes. And we're going to use a thin coat of a mascara. You want to put it at the base of your lash and wriggle it up. That way you're getting the most of it at the base, not the tips. When you get a lot of product on the tips of your lashes, that's when it looks really clumpy. And we do not want that. So you're going to push it and blink your eye. Push it, blink your eye. That way you're getting it concentrated on the base of the lash. I don't like putting mascara on my bottom lash line, but you do you. If you like it, you do it. That is totally up to you. Now I got a little bit of mascara over here. I'm just gonna leave it to dry and come back and flick it off. Okay, so wonder if you can see. Hang on, let me zoom in. So there's a bit of mascara. I let it dry and I'm taking a little spoolie and it's gone. So it's that easy. If you get mascara on your eyes where you're not supposed to, just wait for it to dry and flick it off. This blush palette that I've had for ages, that is an orange blush. That is kind of like a bronzy shade. So what I'm going to do is take a big fluffy brush and get the bronzy shade, tap off the excess, and I'm going to make my face look a bit more bronzy. Now, even though we have so many makeup options and things, a lot of companies are coming out with new things, you wouldn't believe how many people don't know the difference of a bronzer and a contour. Okay, a bronzer is where sun would naturally hit you. It's warmer and it's like a bit of a sun-kissed thing. Okay, contour is where your shadows are, like where you're naturally, you know, like contours your face. So it needs to be a cooler tone and like a ashy kind of color, and it goes on the hollows or where you want to make your face look chiseled. So yeah, but this is going to be a bronzer, so I'm just gonna put it on top of my nose. See how it's giving me like a healthy glow? And I could show you a contour actually. Now this is a contour shade. See how it's cooler tone? So where you would put that is with a brush that's pointed and somewhere that you need to hollow out and make your face look slimmer. Do you see the difference? Contour is not supposed to be used as bronzer. Okay, it's supposed to be really blended. It's supposed to look like a shadow. See what I mean? You could contour your double chin, your jawline to make it look sharper. That's contour. Now I'm going to use this really lovely blush, which is a orange tone. Oh my gosh. So pretty. I love it. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. Wow. I don't think I've had this palette for so long, so many years. I've never used that color because I was so scared. Let me see if my, feels like my lights are too, you can see it better now. Ah, that is so pretty. I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's the blush. I'm gonna use a bit of highlighter and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand because why not? I hate these sponge tops. Like, they are the most annoying packaging ever. Whoever came up with these is just making us suffer, I swear. Okay, I'm gonna take a tiny bit like this and place it strategically on the areas that I need a bit of glow, because after all, this is a bronze goddess makeup look. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. So I'm depositing with this finger and blending out with the other. Now, I don't want to disturb the powders underneath because this is a creamy product. So I'm making sure to not disturb any makeup that's under there. Otherwise, it'll be super patchy. And a little trick is to highlight your forehead above your brow bone. Like that. Do you see how that shines? And it kind of gives like this natural shine. Do you see? And it also helps like naturally contour your face. You can always go above your cupid's bow like that. Some people highlight their chin. I am not one of those people because if I highlight my chin, it's just gonna look weird, so I don't want that. Okay, this is just a brown lip liner. I don't even know from what brand. It is very old. It's probably expired, so I don't know. Just a very dark brown lip liner will do. Line your lips. If you want to overline your lips a little bit, but you're scared of looking too overlined, this is what you're gonna do. So you have a natural lip line right here, but then you have like this little puffy bit on top. So what you're going to do is line that bit. Just like that, like this. Okay, now you're only going to make this bit overline and leave the rest. Same here, overline this bit but leave the rest. That way you're gonna get a poutier look. Are you kidding me? I need to sharpen this. Overline this bit, your cupid's bow, and a little bit this way. Okay, but then you're gonna bring it all the way down to your natural lip line. I usually don't like overlining my lips. I'm just showing you how it should be done because I know a lot of people do it really wrong. That gives like a poutier lip, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm going to use Antique Velvet by MAC. So pretty. Okay, now don't be alarmed. I'm gonna go in with Spice Cocoa by Revlon. It's a matte lipstick again, a beautiful nude shade. Oh, that is so pretty. Holy shit. I just scared myself. That went flying. What the hell? I'm using the D'Alba First Spray Serum. Holy moly, that was crazy. You gotta shake this one really well to mix the oily bit with the water-based bit, and I'm gonna cover my eyes and spray the rest of my face. We're gonna let it dry, and I like to go in with my powder puff where I want to keep things matte. It gives the most beautiful shine, as you can see. Alright, my friends, that concludes today's makeup look. It might have taken a little bit longer because of my talking, but I hope you guys like it. We have 98 more makeup looks to do. This is number 2. Thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Oh, also, if you have any makeup looks that you want me to try, leave it down in the comments, and I will surely, that'll give me more ideas of what to do. I do have a list of makeup looks that I want to try, but you know, any ideas are welcome, so we can, you know, help each other and try them out and see how things are. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.